Greetings LEGO fans and welcome to Retro LEGO, where we revisit and rank the sets in beloved LEGO themes from the past. Today, we once again join our favorite band of adventurers on their third outing, Dino Island. Released in the year 2000, this new sub-theme was not a treasure-seeking expedition to an ancient civilization like before, but was instead a research and rescue mission to the mysterious Dino Island. With new and returning characters, plenty of creative new vehicles, and a bunch of brand new dinosaurs for us to enjoy, the stage is perfectly set for plenty of high-octane adventure. So, prep your nets and traps, and let's dive into Adventurers Dino Island. Like all of the Adventurer sub-themes, there were plenty of limited release and promotional polybags, which I'll give a brief honorable mention here, but today we'll focus on the 7 main releases in the series. And at number 7, we have set number 5921, the Research Glider. Originally selling for $6 US, this set really captures the vibe of this new direction for adventurers in a nice little package. On the glider itself, the highlight for me is the use of this large wing piece from the Ninja sub-theme the year before. Aside from that, however, I find the vehicle to be a bit haphazardly put together, giving off the general feel of some of the micro builds we see in the polybag releases. The pilot of this daring glider is a new character to the Adventurers Pantheon, Mike. This little guy was reportedly rescued by Johnny Thunder on a previous adventure, and eventually stowed away on the fateful trip to Dino Island. He takes plenty of cues from Short Round in the Indiana Jones series, and fills that youthful, plucky sidekick role perfectly. I particularly enjoy the inclusion of a slingshot tucked away on his torso print, suggesting that he's ready for some adventure of his own, whether Johnny likes it or not. The side build here is actually really nice, giving you a substantial piece of terrain for your Dino Island setup. But perhaps the star of the show here is this specially molded Pteranodon, showing up in tan in this set. This series marked the first time that LEGO created specially molded dinosaur elements, and they're still among my favorites that they've ever produced. Mike is at the ready with his bar-mounted chain so that he can lasso this guy in for study and maybe even as a pet. I wouldn't put it past him. For a small set, you really do get a lot here, and I'm honestly impressed that even my lowest ranked set holds up this well. At number 6, we have set number 5920, the Island Racer. I've always been enamored with the Adventurers vehicles, particularly the cars, and this one brings so much of that same hot rod energy that I love from the Mummy's Tomb car in Desert. A super lowrider like this may not be the most practical thing in the uncharted terrain of Dino Island, but hey, are we really worried about realism on an island full of dinosaurs? The bold red body and gray accents add even more to the aggressiveness of this rig, and the super long engine block suggests that this thing packs in a lot of horsepower. The aggressive nature of the car perfectly matches its driver, the villainous Sam Sinister. Wait, what? Last time we saw this guy, he went by the name of Baron von Baron, but somewhere along the line, it's obvious that he stole the identity of his original partner in crime, Lord Sam Sinister. If the Baron's haunted mansion is any indication, I don't think it ended well for that guy. Wearing the same getup we saw him wearing back in Egypt, this guy is just as intimidating as ever. Wearing a gray flight cap and goggles this time, it looks like he's ready to take the Island Racer up to some serious speeds. Baron von Sam Sinister will always be my favorite Adventurer's villain, and I'm so glad he made a comeback in this sub-theme after being absent in the Amazon storyline. The Island Racer is an excellent addition to the lineup of Adventurer's cars, and is a must-have in this collection. Breaking into the top 5 is set number 5934, the Dino Explorer. Originally retailing for $14.99 US, this vehicle seems much more suited to a bumpy island adventure. It almost looks like they took the Island Racer and souped it up with these 2 giant tank treads on either side. Needless to say, this thing looks more than ready to take on any off-road jobs the expedition requires. Driving the Dino Explorer is our familiar hero of the series, the unforgettable Johnny Thunder. He retains his original garb from Egypt as well, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Another character who's averse to changing clothes is the also familiar Charles Lightning. Wait, he has a new name too? The also familiar Dr. Kilroy. Honestly, the character names throughout all of Adventurers and in various markets is a tangled web of confusion to which there is no end. But for at least the US release, Dr. Lightning somehow became Dr. Kilroy. Don't ask me why. In any case, he's just as dapper and permanently surprised as ever at finding himself in yet another life and death situation. This little campfire side build comes with plentiful accessories, a water spigot, and a nice chunk of island landscape to flesh out the set. Another Pteranodon is also included here, this one in red, which adds even more life to this scene. This set is solid and gives us yet another unique Adventurer's vehicle. At number 4, we have the flagship set of the series, number 5987, the Dino Research Compound. Selling for $80 in the year 2000, I'll just say it, I don't think this set looks particularly good. This may be an apples to oranges comparison, but when stacked against the Pharaoh's Forbidden Ruins and the Amazon Ancient Ruins that came before, this is a humongous downgrade. The building is very blocky, even by early 2000s standards, and sorely lacks detail. On the play feature side of things, however, it's a completely different story. The familiar secret hiding places and booby traps we've come to expect from the Adventurers are present here, as well as a rather elaborate roof opening mechanism that exposes what I assume is a radio antenna. My favorite features, however, are this rather unorthodox net launching system, as well as this zipline and crane, which are both ready to transport heavy equipment from the base into the included rowboat. Along with the boat, we're also given 2 additional vehicles. The first is this picture-perfect off-roader. If the Island Racer is the hot rod of Dino Island, then this would be the Safari Jeep, and I think it might be my favorite car in the entire subtheme. The rear-mounted spare tire along with the side-mounted handgun and trapping rod give this rig a cool, no-nonsense edge, and I really like the green, white, and gray color scheme. The next vehicle takes to the air with this dual-cockpit airplane. Just when we thought that the Adventurers theme had run out of creative airplane designs, they grace us with this beauty. It might be small and simple, but it packs a super fun play feature. Opening this hatch on the bottom will drop a net on an unsuspecting target below. Johnny, Kilroy, and Mike join us again, but this time accompanied by their old friend, Miss Gale Storm.
Okay, are you kidding me? Her name changed too?
Okay, so I guess her name is Pippin Reed now. So that's cool. Regardless of her name, she wears the same getup that she wore in the Jungle subtheme, and is always a welcome addition to the team. On the bad guy side of things, we get the more typical Sam Sinister this time, with his signature pith helmet, along with his new henchman, Mr. Cunningham. This tough, brawny fellow has an almost pirate-like appearance, with the striped undershirt and exposed belly button being a particularly nice touch. Along with the minifigs, we're also given 4 dinosaurs. The first is this dark orange version of the Pteranodon we've seen in other sets. Next, we have a Stegosaurus with orange legs. Looking rather reminiscent of the dragon from the castle theme, he's made up of 3 pieces: the legs, body, and an articulating tail. Next up is perhaps the most beloved of all dinosaurs, the T-Rex. This is by no means the most detailed or intricate Tyrannosaurus we've seen from LEGO, but it remains my favorite. The articulating arms, mouth, and tail give you plenty to play with, and even though he's all one color, his face is somehow still fearsome. Finally, we're given this adorable baby T-Rex. Better to keep this little guy away from Mike, or he might just get smuggled off the island. There is a lot going on in this set, and even though I'm not a fan of its overall look, I can't deny that it's got some of the best play features and vehicles in this line. Coming in at number 3 is set number 5975, the T-Rex Transport. Originally selling for $50 US, this set is nothing but adventure on the go, giving you a great variety of vehicles to stage an epic showdown. The first is this big old dino hauler. If you're gonna catch a T-Rex, you'd better have a place to contain it and transport it. and though I have my doubts about the long-term success of this containment method, it looks like it works just well enough. Though the car pulling this enormous trailer looks a bit underpowered for the load it's hauling, I appreciate the much more classic adventurer's look and the dual exhaust stacks on either side. To transport the dinos by water, we're given this long cargo steamboat. Without any dinosaurs occupying it, I'll admit it looks a little plain and compares pretty poorly to the river steamboat we saw in the Amazon. The smokestack in the back seems particularly lazy, as they could have at least used cylinder bricks instead of the standard ones. Regardless, this boat provides ample room for either of the included full-size dinos, which are the previously mentioned T-Rex and a newcomer to this ranking, the Triceratops with gray legs. I'm a big fan of the simple shaping, the articulating mouth and tail, and the horn piece on top. To round out the dinos, we're given another baby T-Rex, which I imagine is the easiest of the three to transport. Our third and final vehicle is this standalone car. Design-wise, this one doesn't really speak to me like many of the other Adventurers vehicles, but when it comes to cars, the more the merrier. Of the 5 total minifigures included, we've already been introduced to 4 of them, but our final newcomer is Alexia Sinister, who is Sam Sinister's equally evil sister.
Okay, so wait, is she like Baron von Baron's sister, but then she changed her last name to Sinister after the Baron took the name of the original Sam Sinister? You know, I just don't care anymore.
Anyway, she's Sam Sinister's sister, and she means business. Her face print is worthy of her last name, and her rugged clothing suggests that she's not afraid to get her hands dirty. The story possibilities with this set are limitless, and though it has its shortcomings, its strengths easily outshine them. The runner-up is set number 5935, the Island Hopper. Hitting shelves at $20 US, I kid you not when I say that this might just be the best plane in all of Adventurers. It's basically like a souped-up version of the pontoon plane from the Jungle line, and its aesthetics, size, and play features are all drastically upgraded. According to the comics, this plane is the one that carried the team to Dino Island, but it crash-landed upon arrival. This set allows you to play out that scene by making both wings and even the tail section removable. In addition to that, the wings also fold up for a landing position, and there's a nice spacious cockpit and plenty of storage space for all the included accessories in the back. These are all familiar bits of Adventurers gear, but as with the sub-themes before it, the camera includes a special print for Dino Island, featuring Johnny Thunder standing dangerously close to a T-Rex. Speaking of the camera, our favorite journalist once again joins us. But it looks like she must have gone to flight school in her downtime because she's also the pilot of this aircraft. It's fun to see her taking on this additional role, but it does make me wonder what happened to our old friend Harry Kane. Flying alongside the Island Hopper is another dark orange pteranodon, welcoming the crew to their newest adventure. If you're looking to get just a small taste of Dino Island, this one can be found at surprisingly affordable used prices, and is a beauty on display. And at number 1 is set number 5955, the All-Terrain Trapper. Originally selling for $30 US, this set really hits the Goldilocks zone of size, looks, and play potential. The centerpiece of this wild set is the Trapper vehicle itself, which looks well equipped to do its dirty work both on land and sea. The oversized tires and rear-mounted propeller all lend nicely to this amphibious design. The highlight of this rig, however, is the net catapult, which is activated by ramming the front of the vehicle into the intended target, trapping them with ease. This works pretty much flawlessly and is just so sinister, for lack of a better word. Similarly, we're also given a land-based contraption that has an identical result, though this one is actuated by putting weight on this great piece. Finally, we have yet another nice campfire setup similar to the Dino Explorer, but this one goes a step further by providing a tiny slice of shoreline along with yet another adorable baby T-Rex. All 3 villain characters are included here, along with 3 dinos, the baby T, a Stegosaurus with gray legs this time, and another Triceratops, this time with orange legs. Admittedly, this is actually the only Dino Island set I had direct experience with as a kid, since my older brother had this one. However, nostalgia aside, I think the set's creative design, satisfying play features, and good stock of dinosaurs make it a worthy number 1. But what's your take on Johnny and the Gang's third adventure? Let me know in the comments below. And to explore more of LEGO's retro themes, click on the playlist on your screen. And I'll see you soon on Johnny Thunder's next and final adventure.